Vice Principal, Mr. Rizwan, PAC Chairperson, Ms. Uma Batina, invited guests, parents, teachers, and my dearest students. I welcome you all to our Indus Day celebrations 2018-19. Time flies so swiftly and unnoticed. Another year has been added to the chronicles of Indus International School, Hyderabad, as we continue our journey of being one of the leading institutions of learning, imparting values, and creating opportunities for leadership. As the principal of this great institution, it is my proud privilege to present the school report on the achievements of the year gone by. But before I do so, I would like to share our theme for this year's Indus Day, which connects with our school motto, In Omnia Paratus, prepared for all challenges. The theme VUCA has been deliberately chosen as it reflects our constant endeavor in preparing our children for challenges in a world which is volatile, unpredictable, complex, and ambiguous. Being open to change and accepting challenges has become a necessity for survival. The competencies that carried us through yesterday are not enough for tomorrow. Critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, communication, and adaptability are key competencies that we need to sustain in a VUCA world. Our Indus Day journey has been about developing these competencies from the stage of conceptualization to execution. Through the course of the evening, you will experience music and dance blending into different forms depicting unity in diversity. The art team, on the other hand, worked on building appreciation for our local culture and giving avenue to each one to communicate their individuality through their chosen medium in aesthetics. They went out into the city to build experiences, to understand what makes Hyderabad a city of amalgamation of culture and futurism. Our student Narayani from grade 11 has created this beautiful backdrop you see before you. She connected the butterfly effect to our theme of VUCA, the scientific theory that a single occurrence, no matter how small, can change the course of the universe forever. Sanskriti, our grade 11 student, has written and composed a song called Help Yourself, which is about being self-reliant and taking charge of yourself, which is an essential in today's world. I would also like to congratulate Anika Gupta from grade 11 and Arya Dharod from grade 8 for having authored books at such a young age so beautifully and creatively. Both our students will share a brief about their books during the course of the evening. From VUCA emerges innovation. Alice in Shadowland and our entire journey represent a similar spirit of creativity. So the year of 2018-19 has been a year of hard work, achievements, and excellence. A perfect DP score 45 in 2018 to emerging champions in sports. Our students and staff collaborated to leave a mark this academic year. Our young eagles have had many moments of glory in the field of sports this year, so I have quite a lot to share with you. Our PYP football team, both boys and girls, were awarded the champions at the PYP Network Football Fest, with Shreya Ramesh being declared the best player of the tournament. The PYP athletics team were also declared the champions in the PYP Network Athletics Fest in both the boys and the girls categories. Anya Tulsi of grade 3, Lasya Maletti of grade 4, and Dhanush Tela of grade 5 were awarded the individual championship. The young athletes won 56 medals in all, with 33 gold, 15 silver, and 11 bronze medals. Our under-14 basketball team made it to the finals of the Inter-School Basketball League organized by the Telangana State Basketball Association, and we were the first runners-up. TB Biju of grade 7 won the gold medal in the 10 meters rifle shooting championship at the state level in the under 14, 17, and 19 age category. Rohan Sriram of grade 7 won the gold slam tennis championship in Hyderabad. Siddharth Vada of grade 9 emerged as a winner of the under 16 inter-school tennis championship held in Oak Ridge International School and won the doubles titles at the All India Super Series under 14 in Mumbai. He also played the prestigious Edaher International Junior Tennis Championship at the IMG Academy in Florida. This elite invitation only attracts the world's most competitive tennis players. Gargya Reddy of grade 11 won the gold in show jumping and dressage at the Regional Equestrian League conducted by the Telangana State Equestrian Association. He also represented the Telangana state at the Junior National Championship held in Calcutta. The swimming team participated in the Inter-School Swimming Championship held at Glendale and Oak Ridge and won 56 medals in all. Now moving on to music. I'm very proud to announce that this year, our school orchestra has almost tripled in number from last year, and we have close to 100 students who are now budding singers and musicians in the making. I'm sure you will enjoy the ensemble the students have put together for you this evening. Insignia 2018 raised a record-breaking amount of 8 lakhs this year to further strengthen and support our project iPower, which strives to provide employment for women of the Kondakal and Mokila village. We've also set up an Areca Place manufacturing unit on campus to promote vocational training and employment for the women of the neighboring villages. We currently have 3 women working in the unit. And lastly, dear parents, it fills me with immense pride as I share with you that our student strength doubled this year, and by 2020 we hope to be at full capacity. And it's so heartwarming to actually see this amphitheatre completely filled with parents today. Hence, we've commenced the construction of the secondary block to accommodate our students, and this will be functional from June 2019. On this note, I extend my gratitude to all of you here for your continuous support and firm faith in our efforts and us. We still have miles to go and many more dreams to live. And I promise you, our school team will continue to grow to ensure our children get only the best. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the evening.
The theme for the Indus Day is VUCA. What do I mean by VUCA? VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a complex and ambiguous world where change is constant and inevitable. This change is fast and unpredictable. One size fits all and best practices have been relegated to yesterday, and organizations and people are more paradoxical and contradictory than ever before. In such a world where artificial intelligence has arrived, it is our will to collaborate, innovate, adapt, and create that will make us true leaders of tomorrow. It is in collaborations and innovations that new ideas for a better world will emerge, and creativity will reach new heights. In this amalgamation of differences lies our success. On this note, I invite our school orchestra and school choir to showcase the fusion through music to reflect our adaptability and thirst for excellence.
The Symphony Number 25 in G minor was written by the then 17-year-old Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in October 1773. This is one of 2 symphonies Mozart composed in G minor, sometimes referred to as the Little G Minor Symphony. The symphony is laid out in standard classical form and is characteristic of the strum and drum style. Midway, this will be joined by the Indian Music Ensemble, vocals, tabla, harmonium, drums, and guitars.
The choir will sing Rag Kirvani, which is the harmonic minor scale in Hindustani classical music nomenclature. This raga is a popular scale in Western music as well. Both performances are very different in the nuances of rendering styles, typical of the European and Indian culture. Yet, the underlying universal musical language. Today, the Indus School Orchestra, under the leadership of Mr. Biju Mani, Mr. Gopinath Padi, and Mr. Rupak Rao, will be performing Symphony Number 25 in G minor. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Indus International School Orchestra and Choir.
for that performance.
And served as the country's deputy military advisor in London. In his last assignment, he commanded the newly raised 14th Corps in Ladakh. His success in forestalling insurgency in the region by winning over alienated communities into the nation's mainstream has been nationally and internationally acclaimed. As part of Operation Sadbhavana, he set up 13 Sadbhavana schools, 11 women's empowerment centers, and 60 adult education centers for illiterate women along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. He provided free education and pastoral care in Bangalore colleges to 125 Ladakhi girls. He's also the recipient of the Param Vishisht Seva Medal, the highest award in the armed forces for distinguished service. To implement his vision of unlocking the potential of every child and preparing them for life, General Ray set up 14 institutions, 3 international baccalaureate schools, the School of Leadership, the Indus Training and Research Institute, 8 early learning schools, and the International Community School, the world's first equal opportunity school for children living below the poverty line.
He has also authored 2 books, Psychology of Military, a purple primer in understanding the mind and motivation of a terrorist, and the second one titled, Peace is Everybody's Business, Strategy for Conflict Prevention, which is treatise in conflict prevention.
General Ray, it is a singular pleasure and honor every time you're here with us. May I request you to please address us?
Distinguished parents, members of the faculty, and we have some faculty from Belgaum also. Our 4th international school is coming up in Belgaum, and of course our wonderful children of Indus, Hyderabad. It's a great excitement for me to see such a large audience. I think the largest we have had ever since the school came up. And the principal alluded to this, and I have no doubt in my mind that as the academic blocks keep on increasing to keep pace with the admissions, we may find this short of space. And like in Indus, Hyderabad and Bangalore, we have to have a separate Indus Day for the PYP and a separate Indus Day for the rest of the school because of the large numbers. This is an excellent opportunity for me to connect with the parents and the faculty and the students. We have entered the dawn of the 4th industrial age. It's known as the 4th revolution. And as we now move deeper and deeper into the 4th industrial age, many of us have started to witness shifts that are taking place. Shifts in politics, economics, education, governance, relationships, business, life itself. The shift is from controlling the outer world, we are now moving in to manage our inner world. From education of the head, the focus is now shifting to education of the heart and education of the mind. From content, we are shifting now to competencies. The world couldn't care a damn what our achievements are. All our medals and our degrees and our qualifications. The world wants to know what have we done with those achievements. And it is not what I think I have done with my achievements. It's what the world thinks I have done with my achievements. And lastly, of course, is that if we are not innovative in this fourth revolution over there, our employability is going to be suspect. And those who are not innovative will have no political value. They're already starting to lose their economic value. And the time is not very far when, although they are qualified, but they are not employable. It is in this background that we are also witnessing unprecedented acceleration, rate of change, obsolescence in jobs, technology, knowledge. This is the VUCA world. This is the phenomenon of the VUCA world. And the only way we believe we can deal with it at a macro level is by acquiring a new competency which is not often spoken about: adaptability. It is the new IQ. It is more important than IQ. You can have Einstein's IQ, Bobby Fischer's IQ, but if you cannot adapt to change and acceleration, there is no hope of survival and happiness. And it is this law of evolution. We are here today because of the man and animals have been adapting to evolution over millennia after millennia after millennia. And it is this adaptability that is the central theme of this Indus Day in this particular year. I would say that from a business perspective, and most of you are from the business fraternity, in 1956, rather 1955, the Fortune 500 companies, in 2014, only 12% remained. The rest had all vanished. They were not there. They were not there because they were not innovative. They were financially not viable. They merged. And today, just about 61 of them are still alive. And going by statistics, the average life of a 500 Fortune company is only 15 years, unless you are innovative. And therefore, my very sincere appeal, in fact, I plead before all of you, that if there is only one single competency which we require to adapt, to change and to acceleration, even in our own life, it is innovation. And this brings me to the fact that innovation is the #1 leadership and spiritual competency of the 21st century. Many of us are creative, but very few are innovative. Many of us have got ideas, tremendous ideas, but very few of us can turn those ideas into a reality, into a product, into a successful experiment, into a new identity, into a new business model, a new social model. And this is the challenge which we face over here today. And the reason is very simple. To be creative is not enough. It is just the beginning of the journey. You need to be empathetic. There has to be a restlessness inside you, a fierce, passionate restlessness inside you to bring about change and transformation of the people you are responsible for and for the organizations you lead. And this is empathy. And empathy is on the decline, especially amongst the youth. It is declining rapidly, and it is a matter of deep concern, because without empathy, you cannot be innovative. You have to be a critical thinker. To be a critical thinker is your ability to analyze vast, huge quantities of data which are coming up over here. And from this analysis, quick decisions have to be taken in whichever walks of life we are. And this brings me to the fact that in critical thinking, the problem we face today is not problem solving. That is the easy part. Because of the multitude, complexities of VUCA, we are unable to identify what the problem is. So identifying the problem today is more important and more difficult than solving the problem. As Einstein said, if I had 60 minutes to solve a problem, I'll take 55 minutes to figure out identifying what the problem is. Thereafter, it will take me 5 minutes to solve the problem. This is the challenge. We need to be persuasive communicators to change perspectives of people, to change attitudes. We need to collaborate. And at this point of time, I wish to emphasize one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Talent no longer resides in individual. Talent resides in the team. Whether it is medical science, whether it is legal science, whether it is politics, whether it is cricket, whether it is kabaddi, whether it is a family, it's about teamwork. The power, our power lies in team power. And that is something which we are not very good in. And we have to do a lot of work on that. Then there is the problem of the fact that our children are overprotected. You cannot be innovative unless you are a risk taker. You cannot be innovative if you have not experienced failure. Allowed to fail but not allowed to be a failure. Because failure is the first step for innovation. Something to be welcomed. We overprotect our children. And as a result, they are not empathetic. As a result, they are not innovative. And therefore, the next great quality for innovation is grit. Grit is a blend of passion, of hope, of perseverance, to hang on, to stick on to your challenging goals. Because we firmly believe, in my military experience and my out of military experience, that greater energy and greater passion is more extraordinary than greater genius. And that grit and resilience is what is required to be innovative. And therefore, this is the challenge which we see. And the second thing which I have been talking about, even today I have been discussing, is our ability to adapt comes from vision. Vision is not something which is esoteric. Vision is not something which is a mumbo-jumbo phrase or a word. If you look at history today, it is 1% people who change 99% people. It is that 1% people who change 99% people. It is 1% people who have a vision. It is the vision that brings about change. Whether it is Gandhi, it is Buddha, it is Christ, it is Muhammad, it is Martin Luther King. One vision is required to change. So it is that 1% people who are visionary. And therefore it's very, very important for us not just to be doing our job, business as usual. We have to take our organizations and our people and our children to a different level. To a different level. And this is what VUCA is all about. And I would say that this exercise should start from age 3 onwards. Many of you will possibly feel that this talk of purpose of life and vision is something to be done in your 4th stage. When you know we are ready to, after retirement, Vanaprastha. This whole exercise, vision is born out of purpose. Life has to have some meaning and purpose. If life has no meaning or purpose, it makes a nonsense of whatever God you believe in, whatever Tirupatis we believe in, whatever religion we believe in. whatever humanism, insaniyat we believe in. Life has to have a goal, a purpose. Otherwise, there's no difference between us and a cockroach and a dog and a donkey and a bovine product. And this exercise has to start at age 3. Because children at age 3, 4, 5, 6 have distinct advantages over adults, over you and me. They are empathetic. Children, when they are born, 98% are empathetic and creative. When they become adults, it drops to 2%. Just see the absurdity and the sadness of life. Our children are going to go through life having 98% capability but with 2% output. DNA Bhagwan ne diya hai. God gifted capability we have. We lose it. And therefore, it's important for us to understand that the way to lead through VUCA, the way to be happy and to flourish, and the way to be self-aware and happy will only arise when we have a vision which is born out of a purpose. And I'm very happy that the school has selected VUCA as a theme, because that is the challenge which the world is facing, and that is the challenge which the world will face more and more as we go along. Everything is going to change. You are going to change. Everything around you will change. Everything beyond you will change. What will not change is the vision. Vision is constant. It's your magnetic north. It's your north pole. It's your lode star. It's your margdarshan. It's your goal, whatever you like to call it. And that is the important message. Innovation and vision. These are the two most powerful tools for man to be adaptable in the 21st century. And that is the theme which is going to be presented to you this evening by our children. And we are very proud of them, and we want them to start thinking about this whole idea that the world around them is changing. Because when they change, the world around them will change. Thank you very much.
And vision. In school and thereafter, may all our thoughts, words and deeds pay tribute to your contribution in our lives.
Dear parents, we have a request. Please restrict your movement at the amphitheatre, as it will disturb the audience and may also distract our student performers. You are also requested not to visit the primary block to meet your children. You can meet them only after the Indus Day concludes. We request your cooperation in this regard. Thank you.
Dance is a symbol of communication, which brings out the innermost feelings. It is the oneness of mind and heart. Bharatnatyam is a form of Indian classical dance, which originated in Tamil Nadu and is known to express religious themes and spiritual ideas. Shiv Tandava is described as a vigorous dance that is the source of the cycle of creation, preservation, and dissolution. We now have our students from the MYP present the Shiv Tandava.
Jagara
Thank you for that charismatic performance.
Collab with the world of bucket drumming, a 20th and 21st century urban manifestation of an age-old phenomenon. Bucket drumming, also called street drumming, is a style of music which involves drumming on plastic buckets and other objects to create melodies. Street musicians have been around for thousands of years and have always selected materials and made instruments from what was available to them in their immediate surroundings.
Let's sit back and enjoy the rhythmic beatboxing and bucket drumming. Please welcome the Indus bucket drumming and beatboxing team with a big round of applause. That was indeed a lively performance.
Out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. Music is an expression of creativity. We now have an original composition written and composed by our student, Sanskriti Bachu of grade 11. In her song, Sanskriti discusses the struggle one goes through when faced with a problem and how any dilemma can be conquered with the right mindset and zeal to persevere it. Sanskriti appeals that self-belief, self-reflection, and grit are vital when faced with the challenges of life.
Please welcome Sanskriti, who's being accompanied by Mr. Irie Orange Cyril on the guitar and Mr. Biju Mani on the piano. surpassing creative horizons with poetry, music, and dance. All are forged in the crucible that is our experiences in life. Such experiences can either be rewarding or can reward a lesson. They are part and parcel of this one long, tumultuous experience called life. Regardless of the magnitude of the experience, we must learn from it. Allow our students to take you on a journey of life through poetry, music, and dance. They reveal the path they have designed, gearing up for a world, ensuring that their journey to excel remains in sight.
Silence that grows around tells us tales lost in the dusk of life's crowd. We, in life, often look for familiar voices, ignoring the hidden meaning in quietness. Let us today embark on a strange journey of life, victories, struggle, and glory. But before we unpack this entire mystery, prepare to calm down to know life's identity. We live in today's world, full of lure. We always hope for the best of ourselves, wishing to know how in the future to excel.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. She said, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. She said, what will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. They said, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. He said, what will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, what will be, will be. Que sera,
The future is not for us to see. Que sera, sera. What does this mean? What will we be? Why? The future is not for us to see. I often hear people say, life is a basket of stories. Some true, some harsh, some strange, a medley. But have you ever thought, what is life? Is it a challenge, happiness, or a strife? Life always comes in different hues. People who withstand time say it's true. Does it require the strength of our body to stay? Or is it the mind that gives way? Has life taught us lessons, or lessons are life, of people who have lived, now live, and will come by? Their triumph, fall, rising in all situations tried, have become life's success and beautiful pride. Life is full of what you make of its moments. Spread happiness, care, celebrate time chosen. Life is full of opportunities to come and share. Life is an experience of friendship and love, all that is fair.
life's exciting, life is fun. A big adventure for everyone. Life's a party and it's filled with thrills. Don't worry about the scrapes and spills.
Life is a challenge deep within, of inner strife and conflict undimmed. There are moments of despair and chaos, which life throws at us to rise above remorse. There is always a choice that life gives you. Just take the road and follow the cue. Yet, there is a fear of unacceptance, failure and dejection, because the usual is accepted and the unique rejected. But I know you make us do this with a strange purpose, to realize who we are, our strength rather be nervous. Life, your lessons have always been so valuable. You pushed us to ensure that we see the practical. Stated, the world is now making us look so small. Changes unexpected have each one appalled. It is so volatile, it is so ambiguous and uncertain. Who stands, falls and sails? Oh, just drop the curtain. There are people wondering and anxious already. What lies in store for who is brave and ready? Life, you open yet another door for us to reflect, connect, understand and know that change will always be constant and in flow. So break the shackles of compliance and throw.
Expand your vision range. Realize within you your faith and strength of mind, because life will just give one chance and never again be kind. People who sit on the fence and imagine a world life will break when the gushing winds become tornadoes live. Think, create, innovate ideas and values should thrive, because The only one who enjoys the struggle will strive. New ideas, unique and strange, will be born. People with open minds around will throng. On your doorstep will then this life stand, with praises and accolades all in hand.
Dum da na 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 dum dum da na 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 dum dum magapa. Dum dum da na na de na 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 dum dum magasa. Ragra dum da 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 di ra na 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 na. Da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dum 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 da na 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 di na 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 dum da na di ra na. Gama gama maga ma ba maga sa ni sa. Da na di ra na. Gama gama maga ma ba maga sa ni sa. Da na di ra na. Gama gama maga ma ba maga sa ni sa. Come now, follow my lead. Come now, follow my lead. Come now, follow my lead. Come now, follow my lead.
Volatility, ambiguity, complexity will help realize the power of emotion and mind. My remedy, it is existence of love, empathy, respect, discipline in abundance that will pave way and prepare each one under your guidance. I know they sitting there will now agree. Life without emotions and mental toughness will be lean. To put each one of us back on our trail, you, life, will move on and we all will then fail.
We'll see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost in no direction. My faith is shaking, but I
complex, ambiguous sphere. If life is ready to contribute to this challenge, what stops you and me from showing our courage? Come together and now believe in yourself. Let your inner world and emotions change shape. They will now take over and lead you to prepare self. Because life stands for the one who raises the dust oneself.
breeding ground for nurturing talents among students. Apart from the fantastic dancers, artists, and singers, we also have young authors. To write means more than putting pretty words on a paper. The act of writing is to share a part of your soul with the world. Please welcome Anika Gupta, the head girl of the school, who has authored a book entitled My Journey with Her, and Arya Darod of grade 8, who has released his third book entitled 2051, Gen 1. Let's hear it from them.
Good evening, everyone. I don't usually look like this, but please excuse my attire tonight. So, I hope you've been enjoying the show till now. Yes? Before I start speaking, saying anything, I would like to thank Ms. Noera and Mr. Rizwan for giving me this opportunity to speak and share my journey with her, with all of you. Thank you. So in my work, I look at the socio-economic factors that affect the Indian women. I have been engaged with this since PYP, but only in grade 8 when I signed up for the He for She UN initiative did I realize that gender equality has more to it than I had thought before. So it started casually in grade 9 when I began reading about the changing status of Indian women through history. And the more I read, the more I became convinced that I have to form my own opinion and my own independent opinion about this topic. As I read up and researched on this, there were some interesting insights which I found and I kept jotting down. Eventually, it took the form of this book. But the journey wasn't all smooth. There were times when the work got overwhelming. I had to figure out how to approach people, how to document what each interviewee said, find patterns within their stories, and compile all the data that I had gotten. But I persevered. And that is what really VUCA is about. It's about being prepared for the unexpected and being ready to adapt to your plans. Since I interviewed women from different walks of life, an engineer, the lady who sells gudka on the street, a vendor of sugarcane juice, a cook, the manager of a hospital, an art curator of an art gallery, I learned how to connect with people as well. Some women got emotional while sharing their stories. Some were hesitant. And through the process, I learned how to handle such situations with sensitivity. Finally, I also realized what our grand population of 7.7 billion really means. I interviewed 20 people for my book. That's just a number, right? But when I say it, I remember each and every face, each and every place, and each unique experience that I've had with each of the women. It made me realize that there are so many stories to one person. It also made me realize how little we are connected to each other and how little we know about each other's stories. I especially noticed this when a lot of the interviewees seemed happy just to have someone willing to listen to their stories and their views. So initially, in my journey with her, which is the title of my book, the her was meant to represent the collective women of India. But now I realize that the her also represents me, since this became my journey of self-discovery as well. I am thrilled to see my 2 years of work taking the form of this book, and I hope you like reading it as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.
And contrary to all the doomsday prophecies, it's a beautiful world. Mars has been colonized, and human population is touching about 100,000. Resources are available abundantly and freely to everybody. So, capitalism and money, which run mankind today, are non-existent. Machines have evolved into humanoid cyborgs. New tech aids are a part of our very existence. Holographic display, column of air, wristband, tablator, the works of the future. Welcome to my world. I am Milo, a 12-year-old Gen I, the generation born after the resurrection of Earth by humans returning from Mars. Let me show you glimpses of your future through my eyes. Good evening, everyone. That was a brief preview of my new book, 2051 Gen I. It's my third book after Jungle Book, A Shere Khan Perspective, and Clumsy Diaries, autobiography of the African wild dog. I have been inclined to writing since the age of 7, where I started my journey through short stories and daily journal reflections. And the biggest inspirations for my writing have been the innumerable little experiences and observations from day-to-day life moments. Be it the books I read, movies I watch, conversations I have, there's so much to take in and absorb through all our senses, anytime, anywhere. A flower can only bloom if you create the perfect conditions, nurturing an environment for it to bloom. I have been fortunate to have lived through so many varied exposures and experiences, all of which have created the person I am today. I can't thank enough my parents, grandparents, my younger brother Ayan, my school IISH. It's my 10th year here. The IB way of learning, all my teachers, coaches and friends. But how do I get ideas for my writing? It's difficult to explain, but I'll try. I was reading Jungle Book and started wondering as to why Sher Khan is the way he is. When I tried to put myself in his shoes, I felt he was being his natural self. We always feel he is the bad guy because that's the way he is projected. I felt the urge to share across Sher Khan's perspective as to how the story actually is through his eyes. Something just clicks inside me and I feel this urge to pen it down. I never know how it will shape up and which direction it's heading towards, but I keep writing. And as I keep writing, thoughts and ideas keep coming and the book progresses by itself in the process. I do confess that when I'm writing, I'm totally transported to a different world. I'm unaware of anything happening around me. I like to call it being in the flow and being connected with something deep within me. I guess that's how it is with each one of us. When we are engrossed in something we deeply love, we lose all sense of time. We were on a family holiday in South Africa. Within the first 20 minutes of our first game drive, we saw a pack of about 24 African wild dogs running right towards us. As our tracker cum naturalist kept giving us insights about them, their stamina to keep running for miles, hunting in packs, teamwork, bonding through play, how they are endangered, and their resilience, I got fascinated. I wanted to see the world through their eyes and experience their journey from birth to death. That was the seed thought for Clumsy Diaries. There are always times when I'm midway a book and just don't feel like writing, ending it abruptly or getting it done with quickly. And it's more frustrating when this writing has to be done by sneaking time from regular, fun activities. And of course, the dirty work of editing and proofreading it, and doing it over repeated iterations. It's like a never-ending process. It is at those times that I have to really push myself to keep going on. But finally, it is a very different sense of accomplishment when I see the output holistically. Holding the actual book in my hands for the first time is a feeling I just can't describe in words. It's very different. The world we are presently living in looks much like a roller coaster ride, with technological advances outpacing our capability to harness them. There is crisis all around us in terms of political conflicts, environmental hazards, and the looming threats of terrorism. We're on the verge of defying the very laws of nature through GM foods, geoengineering, and human cloning. This new book has been my mind's imagination adventure as to what the future could hold for us. 2051 Gen I is my personal journey to find possible answers to these questions which keep coming back to me. Where are we headed? Is it all gloom? Is there any glimmer of hope? Is technology bad and eventually the cause for our downfall? How will we ever have an ideal world? Of course, we can never be sure how things will shape out, but it's interesting to just try and imagine and visualize it. And what's wrong with some imagination running wild if it can make us happy? Creativity is not about making the perfect, ideal thing. It's about bringing your own thoughts, experiences, ideas, and emotions and creating something beautiful and enjoyable with it. I believe that each of us has something which we need to share with the world. You can choose whatever medium you want, but someone, somewhere, would be deeply touched by it. And it's your small contribution towards making a more enriched world around us. In the words of Albert Einstein, creativity is intelligence having fun. Thank you.
Many of us are inspired too. Thank you, Annika, and thank you, Arya, for inspiring us. The iconic novels detailing Alice's adventures in Wonderland has changed literature forever. We have adapted them into a play that fits this year's Indus Day theme: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Our interpretation combines traditional live acting along with shadow puppetry done by our team of puppeteers. The play explores the themes for the complexities and ambiguities that define life, and our play, with its quirky characters, challenge the mundane, the commonplace, and the sane. Alice in Shadowland will keep you wondering as you try to piece together the snippets of this mad ride through Alice's world, where dreams and illusions merge with reality. How you understand this play depends. As the Cheshire Cat says, a good deal on where you want to get to.
The play is directed by Ms. Vaishali Bisht, director and co-founder of the Hyderabad Children's Theatre Festival, in collaboration with Mr. Chinna of Surabhi Theatre and actor and puppeteer Ms. Rency Phillip. Please put your hands together to welcome our grade 11 students and the cast of Alice in Shadowland.
Well, it was a nice check. And really, I might have won if it hadn't been for that nasty knight that came wriggling down among my pieces. Kitty, let's pretend that you're the Red Queen. Now do try. There's a deer. No, you're not folding your arms properly. I'll just hold you up in front of the looking glass and you can see how sulky you are. And if you're not good directly, I'll put you into the looking glass house. Now, how would you like that? Now, if you'll only attend, Kitty, I'll tell you all my ideas about the looking glass house. First, there's the room you can see through the glass. That's just the same as our drawing room, only things go the other way around. Oh, Kitty, how nice it would be if we could just get into the looking glass house. It must have such beautiful things in it. Let's pretend that there is a way to get through into the looking glass house. Let's pretend that it's gone all soft like gauze so we can get through. Well, it is turned into a mist now, I declare. It'll be easy enough to get through now. Imagine how fun it will be when they see me through the glass and can't get at me.
Oh, my ears and whiskers! How late it's getting! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Oh, I should be too late!
What a lovely, lovely garden! Oh, how I would like to get out there. Oh, the door is too small. How I wish I could shut up like a telescope. Everything is so out of the way here. I believe I could, if I just knew how to begin. Surely this was not here before. Well, it's all very well to say drink me, but I'll check and see whether you're marked poison or not. For if a little girl drinks from a bottle marked poison, it is almost certain to disagree with her sooner or later. No, it must be all right. It has a mixed flavor of cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. What a curious feeling. I must be shutting up like a telescope. I am! I wonder if I'm going out altogether like a candle.
Oh no! The key! Not the key! Come, there's no use in crying like this. I advise you to leave off this minute. Huh? Eat me? Well, I'll eat it. And if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way, I'll get into the garden. Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh, the Duchess! The Duchess! The Duchess! The Duchess! Won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting?
If you please, sir. Dear, dear, how queer everything is today. And yesterday things went on just as usual. I wonder if I've changed in the night. Let me think. Was I the same when I got up this morning? I almost think I remember feeling a little different. But if I'm not the same, the next question is, who in the world am I? Good heavens! There's not more than 3 inches left of me. It must be the fan. That was a narrow escape. Now, for the garden!
The Duchess! The Duchess! Oh, my dear paws! Oh, my furry whiskers! Should be executed? Oh, sure, those ferrets are ferrets! Where could I drop them? Why? Marianne? What are you doing out here? Run home this minute and fetch me a pair of gloves and my fan. Quick now, hurry up!
He took me for his housemaid? Well, how surprised he'll be when he finds out who I really am. But I'd better take him his fan and gloves. That is, if I can find them.
Who are you?
I hardly know, sir. Just at the present. You see, I knew who I was when I got up this morning. But I must have changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir. Because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
I can't put it any more clearly. Because I don't understand it myself to begin with. And being so many different sizes in a day is really confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet. But when you turn into a chrysalis, which you will, you know, someday, and then into a butterfly, I'm sure you should find it all a little queer. Won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings are different. But all I know is that I should find it all queer.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? Come back! Come back! I've got something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No, So you think you are changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I don't keep the same size for more than 10 minutes together.
What size do you want to be?
Oh, I'm not that particular about size. It's just that one doesn't like changing so often, you know?
I don't know. Are you content now?
Well, I'd like to be a little larger, if you don't mind. You see, 3 inches is such a wretched height to be at.
It is a very good height indeed.
Well, I'm just not used to it.
Oh, you'll get used to it in time. One side will make you grow taller, and the other will make you grow shorter.
One side of what? The other side of what?
Of the mushroom.
Now, which is which?
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen. From the Queen for the Duchess. There's no such of use in knocking. And that for 2 reasons. First, because I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, because I'm making such a noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
Please then, how am I to get in?
There might be some sense in your knocking if we had the door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock. And I could let you out, you know.
How am I to get in?
I shall sit here until tomorrow. Or the day after.
But how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know.
It's really dreadful how these creatures argue. It's enough to drive one crazy.
I shall sit here on and off for days and days.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
Oh, there's no use in talking to him. He's perfectly idiotic.
Cheshire Puss, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to walk from here?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
I don't care much where.
Then doesn't matter which way you walk.
So long as I get somewhere.
You're sure to do that. Only if you walk long enough.
What sort of people live about here?
To the right lives a hatter. To the left lives a mudhead. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
You can't help that. We're all mad here. I am mad. You're mad.
How do you know that I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here. Did you play croquet with the queen today?
Oh, I should like it very much, but I haven't been invited yet. I've always wanted to see a queen. Actually, I've always wanted to be a queen.
Sleepy, sleepy, well, you will see me there.
Hey, there's plenty of room. Have some juice. Huh? I don't see any juice. There isn't any. Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it. It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited. I didn't know it was your table. It's late for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Oh, why is a raven like a writing desk?
Come, we shall have some fun now. I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you could find out the answer to it?
Exactly so. Then why don't you say what you mean? I do. At least I mean what I say. And that's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might as well just say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gotten in as well. You should not have put it in with the bread knife.
But it was the best butter. Huh? What a funny watch. It tells you the day of the month and doesn't tell you what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time altogether.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. Just what I was going to remark myself. Oh.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No. I give it up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I think you might do something better with your time than wasting it on asking riddles that have no answers.
If you know time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
Perhaps not. But I do know that I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand for beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he would do almost anything you'd like with the clocks. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning, just time to begin lessons. You would only have to whisper a hint to time. And round goes the clock in a twinkling, 1:30, time for dinner.
Oh, I only wish it was. Oh, that would be grand, certainly. But I wouldn't be hungry for it, you know.
Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 for as long as you liked.
Is that how you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was the great concert given by the Queen, and I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. You know the song, perhaps?
Oh, I've heard something like it.
It goes on, you know, in this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, 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 twinkle,
Well,
twinkle, 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 twinkle.
I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen bawled out, "He's murdering the time! Off with his head!"
How dreadfully savage!
And ever since that, he won't do a thing I ask for. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that the reason so many tea things are laid out?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we have no time to wash things between whiles.
So you keep moving around, I suppose?
Exactly so, as the things get used up.
But then, when you reach the beginning again?
Then you shouldn't talk.
I'll never go there again. It's the stupidest tea party I've ever been to.
Look out now, Five. Don't go smashing paint over me like that.
I couldn't help it. Selling jogged my elbow.
That's right, Five. Always take the blame on others.
You'd better not talk. I heard the Queen say only yesterday you deserve to be beheaded.
What for?
That's none of your business.
Yes, it is his business, and I'll tell him. It was for bringing the cook tulip roots instead of onions.
Would you tell me, please, why you are painting those roses?
Why? The fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree. And we put in a white one by mistake. And if the Queen was to find out, we'd all have our heads cut off, you know.
The Queen is coming! The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning! The trial's beginning!
Ooh, what lovely tarts! I wish I'd get the trial done with and hand out the refreshments.
Silence in the court! Queen of Hearts! She made some tarts. Oh, on a summer day, the knave of hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away. Consider your verdict.
Not yet, not yet. There's a great deal more to come before that.
Call the first witness. The first witness!
I beg your pardon, Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished. When did you begin?
March 14th, I think it was.
15th, 16th.
Write that down. Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen?
I keep them to sell. I have none of my own. I am a hatter.
Give your evidence and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
Bring me the list of the singers from the last concert.
Give your evidence, or I'll have you executed whether you're nervous or not.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I hadn't but just begun my tea, not about a week or so ago. And what with the bread and butter getting so thin, and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Of course, twinkling begins with the tea. Do you take me for a dance? If that's all you have, you may stand down.
I can't go lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
You may go.
Take his head off outside.
Consider your verdict.
Wait, there's more evidence to come yet. Please, Your Majesty, this paper has just been picked up. Oh, it's a set of verses.
Are they in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, they're not. And that's the queerest thing about it.
He must have imitated someone else's hand.
Please, Your Majesty, I didn't write it, and they can prove I did. There's no name signed at the end.
If you didn't sign it, that only makes matters worse. You must have meant some mischief, or you'd have signed your name like an honest man.
That proves his guilt. It proves nothing of the sort. Why, you don't even know what they're about.
Read them.
Where shall I begin, please, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning and go on till you reach the end and then stop.
They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim. He sent them word I had not gone, we know it to be true. If she should push their matter on, what would become of you? I gave her one, they gave him to you, gave us 3 or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before. If I or she should chance to be involved in this affair, it trusts to you to set them free exactly as we were. My notion was that you had been before she had this fit, an obstacle that came between him and ourselves and you. Don't let him know she'll like them best, for this must ever be a secret kept from all the rest between yourself and me.
That's the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet. And now let the jury consider.
If anyone can explain it, I'll give him 6 pence. I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it.
She doesn't believe there's an atom of meaning in it? If there's no meaning in it, that saves a world of trouble, you know, as we needn't try and find any. And yet, I don't know. I seem to see some meaning in it after all. I said I could not swim. You can't swim, can you?
Do I look like it?
Alright so far. We know it to be true. That's us. Of course. I gave her 1, they gave him 2. Why, that must be what they did with the tarts, you know?
But it goes on. They all return from him to you.
Why, there they are. Nothing can be clearer than that. Then again, before she had this fit. You've never had fits, my dear, I think?
Never!
Then the words don't fit you. It's a pun.
It's a lie!
What do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatsoever?
Nothing whatsoever.
That's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty, means of course.
Unimportant, of course, I meant. Important, unimportant. Important, unimportant. Unimportant. Yes, to be sure. Consider
Your verdict.
No, no. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Stuff and nonsense. The idea of having the sentence first.
Hold your tongue!
I won't. Off with her head!
Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head! Off with her head!
Who cares for you? You're nothing but a pack of cards.
Tickets, please, tickets, please. Now then, show me your ticket, child.
Don't keep him waiting, child. Why, he is so busy. His time is worth £1,000 a minute.
I'm afraid I haven't got one. There wasn't a ticket office where I came from.
There wasn't room for one where she came from. The land there
is worth £1,000 an inch. Don't make excuses. You should have bought one from the engine driver.
The man that drives the engine. Why, the smoke alone is worth £1,000 a puff.
Then there's no use in speaking.
Better say nothing at all. Language
is worth £1,000 a word.
I shall dream about £1,000 tonight. I know I shall.
You're traveling the wrong way.
So younger child ought to know which way she's going, even if she doesn't know her own name.
She'll have to go back from here as luggage. Change engines!
It's only a river we have to jump over. It'll take us to Port Square. That's some comfort.
I'm so glad it came this way. Oh, bread and butter, 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 bread and butter. Am I addressing the White Queen? Why, yes, but today isn't any other day, you know. I don't quite understand you. It is dreadfully confusing. That's the effect of living backwards. It always makes one a little giddy at first. Living backwards? I never heard of such a thing. But there's one great advantage to it, that one's memory works both ways. I'm sure mine only works one way. I can't remember things before they happen. What sort of things do you remember best? Things that happened the week after next. For example, there's the king's messenger. He's in prison now, being punished, and the trial doesn't even begin till next Wednesday. And of course, the crime comes last of all. Suppose he never commits the crime, that would be all the better. Better still. Better and 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 better. Better and better. Better, better, better. Better and better and better.
Thank you.
D. Dumb. I suppose they've each got twiddle on the other side of their shirts.
If you think we are waxworks, you ought to pay, you know. Waxworks aren't made to be looked at for nothing. No how.
Contrary-wise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I'm sure. I'm very sorry.
I know what you're thinking about, but it isn't so. No how.
Contrary-wise, if it was so, then it might be. And if it was so, then it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking, which is the best way to get out of here? It's getting dark. Would you tell me, please? They look so exactly like a couple of schoolboys. First boy.
No how.
Next boy.
Contrary-wise.
At any rate, I'd better be getting out of here. Do you think it's going to rain?
Ouch!
No, I don't think it is. Not at least under here.
No how.
But it may rain outside.
It may if it wishes. We've no objections. Contrary-wise.
Selfish things! What is this on my head? And how can it have got there without my knowing it? Well, this is grand. I never expected I should be a queen so soon. Well, if I am to be a queen, I expect I should manage it quite well in time. Would you tell me, please?
Speak when you're spoken to.
But if everybody obeyed that rule and you only spoke when you were spoken to, and the other person was always waiting for you to begin, nobody would ever say anything. So you see,
ridiculous. Why? Don't you see, child? Wait a minute. What do you mean by if you really are a queen? What right have you to call yourself so? You can't be a queen till you've passed the proper examination, and the sooner we begin it, the better.
I only said if.
She only said if. But she said a great deal more than that. Oh, ever so much more than that. So you did, you know. Always speak the truth. Think before you speak and write it down afterwards.
I'm sure I didn't mean to.
That's just what I come good enough. You should have meant. What do you suppose is the use of a child without meaning? Even a joke should have some meaning, and a child's more important than a joke, I hope. You couldn't deny that, even if you tried with both hands.
I don't deny things with my hands.
Nobody said you did. I said you couldn't if you tried. She's in that state of mind where she wants to deny something. Only she doesn't know what to deny. A nasty vicious temper. I invite you to Alice's dinner party this afternoon. And I invite you.
I didn't know I was to have a party at all. But if there is to be one, I think I ought to invite the guests.
We gave you the opportunity of doing it, but I dare say you've not had many lessons in manners yet.
Manners are not taught in lessons. Lessons teach you to do sums and that sort of thing.
Can you do addition? What's 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1?
I don't know. I lost count.
She can't do addition. Can you do subtraction? Take a bone from a dog. What remains?
The bone won't remain, of course.
If I took it, the dog won't remain. It would come to bite me. And then I'm sure I shouldn't remain.
Then you think nothing would remain?
I think that's the answer.
Wrong as usual. The dog's temper would remain.
I don't see how.
Why? Look here. The dog will lose its temper, wouldn't it?
Perhaps it would.
Then, if the dog went away, the dog's temper would remain.
They might go different ways. Oh, what dreadful nonsense we are talking.
I'm so sleepy. She's tired. Poor thing. Smooth her hair. Lend her your nightcap and sing her a soothing lullaby.
I haven't got a nightcap and I don't know any soothing lullabies.
I must do it myself then. Hush up, my lady, in Alice's lap. Tell the feast ready, we've time for a nap. When the feast's over, we'll go to the ball. Red Queen and White Queen and Alice and and now that you know the words, just sing it through to me. I'm getting sleepy, dude.
Oh, what am I to do? Do wake up, you heavy things.
Oh, my ears and whiskers. We shall be late.
Late for what?
For the banquet. For the banquet.
What banquet?
Your banquet, of course. Quick now.
And sprinkle the table with buttons and wrappers, cats in the coffee and mice in the tea. And walk on, me and Alice with Narita and Tree. Looking glass, picture both, that is stronger. It's an honor to see me, a favor to hear. It's a privilege, high drop dinner and tea. With a red queen, the white queen and me. So fill up your glass with triple and ink and anything else that's pleasant to drink. Yes, I'm with the juice and roll with mine. And walk on, Queen Alice with 90 times 9. With 90 times 9. With 90 times 9.
No ho! Contrary-wise!
Hyderabad for their tremendous efforts in putting up this production. Could we have on stage the Indus artist who added color to this memorable evening, and the backstage crew of Rhythmic Ripples for their diligent work. As they added color to this memorable evening. Thank you. round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for these students. Thank you.
As head boy, I am aware of the sheer amount of effort that has gone into making it. I will recall this event with nothing but fondness in the future. On that note, I request our Vice Principal, Mr. Mohammed Rizwan, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thanks, Ishan and Kavya. General Ray, Ms. Noura Pasha, Mrs. Uma Batina, special invitees, parents, teachers, and my dear students. I wish you all a delightful evening. A sincere and heartfelt gratitude to a mentor, Managing Director, and the CEO of Indus, Lieutenant General Arjun Ray, for being with us on this special occasion. We always take back something meaningful and profound whenever we listen to your speeches, sir, and today is not an exception. We, the staff of Indus Hyderabad, can never thank you enough for spending your time and energy to help us identify our potential. You taught us to always strive for excellence and never settle for mediocrity. Thank you for guiding us, sir, and on behalf of the Indus staff, I promise you that we will give our best to prepare our students to face all the challenges in this VUCA world. I thank our principal, Ms. Noura Pasha, for guiding us efficiently to put up this excellent Indus Day program. I'm a first-hand witness to the tremendous effort that she put in and the countless days and hours she spent to make this a memorable event. She paid attention to even the smallest of details in a pursuit of excellence, and she didn't accept mediocrity. She truly deserves significant credit for the success of this Indus Day. Congratulations and thank you, Ms. Noura. If it is Ms. Noura who envisioned Indus Day 2019, it is Ms. Angelika Sharma, Head of PYP, Ms. Ranjita Sahu, Activity Coordinator, and Ms. Shweta Kotapalli, STEAM Coordinator, who gave shape to our vision. We wish to express our sincere gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for the commitment, hard work, patience, and creativity. It hasn't been a smooth ride for them during the last few months. They left school around midnight every day for the past week. They role modeled the Indus motto, In Omnia Paritas, and were prepared for all the challenges that they faced. This is your show, Ms. Angelika, Ms. Ranjita, and Ms. Shweta, and you deserve all the accolades that come your way. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to these three wonderful ladies. A special thanks to Ms. Vaishali Bisht and Ms. Rense Philip for the impressive English play that you witnessed today. Ms. Vaishali is the Artistic Director and co-founder of Hyderabad Children's Theatre Festival. She is a versatile actor, playwright and director and has many sterling performances to her credit. She is an honours graduate in Drama and Theatre Studies from the University of Kent, UK. She is actively involved in conducting theatre workshops for children as she is passionate about nurturing theatrical talent among them. Thank you very much, Ms. Vaishali and Ms. Rensi, for bringing out our students' potential. I am sure our young eagles would have tested your patience, but I don't doubt that they are grateful to you for helping them discover themselves over the past few weeks. A special thanks to Ms. Malashi Basu and Ms. Archana Singh for assisting Ms. Vaishali with English play. A special thanks to our dance teacher, Ms. Geeta Reddy, for her commitment and hard work. The previous year, she was pregnant during the run-up to the Indus Day, but that didn't deter her from giving her best to help her students. This year, she had to cut short her maternity leave to help her students put up a wide variety of dance programs. I don't have to tell you how difficult these months can be for any mother, but in spite of the challenges that she faced, she has given her best to choreograph all the dance performances that you enjoyed today. Thank you, Ms. Geeta. You definitely personify commitment. I want to thank our music teachers, Mr. Biju, Mr. Gopinath and Mr. Rupert, for helping the students put up a fantastic orchestra. If I'm not wrong, we put up a 35-member orchestra last year, and we conducted Western Orchestra and Indian Classical Ensemble separately. This year, they upped the ante by putting up a 100-member orchestra with good participation from PYP. Not just that, to keep up with the theme of the Indus Day, they dared to combine Western Indian Orchestra and have passed the test with flying colors. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you, teachers. A sincere thanks to our art teachers, Mr. Victor, Ms. Dipanvita and Ms. Devasmita for putting up an excellent art exhibition. They guided close to 100 students during the last few months to produce the artworks which you appreciated today. I also thank Ms. Wahida Rahim, Ms. Monica Sinha and Ms. Margaret for helping our art teachers organize the art exhibition. Thank you very much. I thank Ms. Manju Roshan and Ms. Delcia Johnson for preparing our MCs, narrators and the choir students, Mr. Venugopal for the photography, Mr. Ashish Kavde, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Mr. Mazhar Ali for the constant support and going beyond the call of duty, Mr. Anupam and his team for managing light and sound, Ms. Namita Parekh for costumes, Lieutenant Commander Arvind Juglan, Mr. Sandeep and Mr. Roshan for logistics, Mr. Sai Babu and his accounts team for finance, Mr. Raghunath Savan and Mr. Shravan Kumar for ICT support, Mr. Matthew Thomas and his team for transport, and Mr. Jagan and his Sodokso team for taking care of the catering. I want to make a special mention of our housekeeping and support staff who worked day and night to put up this important event. A special thanks to our head of boarding, Dr. John Harrison and his team of house parents for the support. I also thank Ms. Baljit Oberoi, Ms. Pinky Daniel, Mr. Mohammad Aslam, Mr. Arpit Sharma, Mr. Karthik Mango, Ms. Diti Chitkara, and all the staff members for the contribution to make this event a memorable one. Thank you very much. A special thanks to our PSC chairperson, Mrs. Uma Batina, and other PSC members for being part of this special event today. A sincere thanks to all the parents who have turned up for the event in spite of the busy schedule. Your attendance and appreciation of our students' performances have given us the energy to take this Indus Day to the next level in 2020. Thank you very much, parents. Now I come to the favorite part of my speech. What you witnessed today wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of all the student participants. They had to weather a tough month as they had to report to school on Saturdays, stay back after school hours on many days, and hence return home very late and balance both academics and preparation for the Indus Day. It was not easy. This has been a tremendous effort from you and we are very proud of you. Well done, students. Please give them a big round of applause. They are the life and soul of today's event. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you had a wonderful evening. Thank you for your support and for being such an appreciative audience. We eagerly await the next time we will host you. Please stand up for the school song, followed by the national anthem. please remain standing while our guests leave. Staff to collect their dinner boxes before leaving.
We have some important announcements regarding the exit list. For PYP, parents to collect it from the homeroom teachers. Homeroom teachers will be in the designated classrooms. PP1 and PP2 classrooms. 2A, 2B, and 3 in respective classrooms on the first floor. Respective classrooms on the first floor. 5A and 5B in the dance room